Yo, people, welcome back to another episode of the Red Pitch podcast. Today, I'm joined by Scants TV, Liverpool fan. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You?
Yeah, as can be, man. Listen, let's get straight into it. Yesterday's game, Arsenal uh, draw to Liverpool at home, 2-2. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Um, it was an exciting game. I felt it was an exciting game. I felt like Arsenal came out, started off the better team. We had good rhythm, and compared to what I kind of seen in the last few weeks, everyone was kind of pushing that narrative, boring Arsenal narrative, park the bus, this and that, and all that rubbish that was going on. Um, Arteta did say in the week, he said we will come out flying, and I felt we did come out flying. I mean, in terms of the lineup, uh, Partey started the game at right back. Ben White moved back into centre back, obviously because Saliba's was suspended. Timber came back, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Partey at right back. I've never really been a fan of it. Um, I was a bit nervous. I'm like, Diaz is on some tremendous form. I think whoever you got on a left for Liverpool, whoever would have started that game, I feared they would have put Partey under some pressure. But needless to say, Thomas Partey surprised me as a lot of people. He was actually outstanding in that game. Basically won all of his duels, apart from maybe one early in the second half. But I think he was outstanding. Marino for us, I think that's the best performance I've seen from Marino so far. I think he was excellent. Added a goal to his game as well. Obviously playing in his natural position now, so he looked a lot more comfortable. Saka back, Timber back, both look good. We'll get onto the game in a minute. But aside from that, your team's performance, how did you feel about your squad's performance yesterday?
I don't think. Well, obviously, me and you were chatting. I didn't really watch the game. I watched the extended highlights when I got back in. Um,
Mm.
as you were saying, it's a game of two halves. You lot were dominant in the first half. Played really well. Saka was on it. Your midfield was bossing the game. Your defense looked pretty comfortable. Obviously, apart from the corner where we got the equaliser, but apart from that, I don't think we really created any chances. Um, Saka, well, you saw what he did to Robertson, but I know a lot of people are like making a big thing, say, "Oh, he made him do the spinner Rooney and all that." But if you
Mm.
think about it, that's what happens to most fullbacks most weeks. Like the on the wings is the most exciting players and the most skillful wingers. So it happens.
Mm.
It's going to happen now and again to players. It's not exactly like Robertson gets done like that week in week out. He got done by Saka, who's on good form. He come in, he done
Yeah.
well. Um, yeah, the performance, it was like, I don't know, it's like they were just, I don't know if they're trying to sit back and draw Arsenal in. Um, I think the midfield setup was wrong. I think he left Gravenberch as a lone six. The
Mm.
majority of the season we were playing as a double pivot with McAllister.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought Grav was exposed at certain times.
yeah, and
Mm.
like, but to be fair, like he's done well this season. In the second half, we sort of reverted back to how we were playing with a double pivot, and I sort of thought we got more control of the game once we did that.
Mm.
But then again, you can say hands heads up to Slot because he recognised at half time there's a problem and he
Mm-hmm.
sorted it at the end of the day. I know a lot of like Arsenal fans are saying that the injuries and Liverpool should have gone there and won and stuff like that, but just like the Man United result, and I was saying well, I'll take a draw there. I said the same thing. I've been saying it all week. I'd take a draw at the Emirates because we haven't got a good we haven't got a good record there.
Record.
So
Yeah.
yes, Arsenal had injuries like during the game, and like, a lot of Arsenal fans said, "Oh, we've had a lot of injuries." But to be fair, you've only got two injuries really because Saliba was a suspension, it's not an injury. That
Mm.
happens, and Odegaard's out. And then to that,
Mm.
all right, Calafiore is out as well. But basically, you had near enough your full strength team. We had players out. We had Allison out. We had Jota out, and we had Harvey Elliott out. But just get
Mm.
on with it, man. It's just it's just one of them things when it comes to injuries, man. It's just like who's going to be the fittest on the day, whose
Yeah.
tactics work out the best on the day. Um, Second half, you could say I know obviously Gabriel went off injured, Saka started to tire, and Timber started to tire.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's what you got a squad for. At the end of the day, and he trusted the
Mm.
kid, Miles Skelly. I know people saying that it was his fault for the second goal, but I don't think it really was his fault. He was probably what, probably five yards maybe off Salah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the run inside. I think that's more to do with Kivior than to do with Miles Skelly, because even if he was back there, the way Salah cut across, he wouldn't have been able to take that. Wouldn't have been his man anyway. The way he cut into the middle, so I think he did
Yeah.
well. But
Kivior kind of, when you see it, Kivior's positioning was all wrong. It's like him and Skelly were next to each other. They shouldn't have
exactly,
been so close. He should have been more over to the center. I think if I honestly believe if Gabriel stayed on and Timber stayed on, I think we would have won that game.
yeah,
Um, when I must admit, when I did see Kivior coming on, I kind of was like, man, this is the time for Liverpool, especially Nunes, to really get
mm,
at him, because Kivior hates when attackers are running at him. He can't
yeah.
handle it. He can't handle it. And you exploited. You done well, man. I think Kanate as well, bro. I think Kanate was outstanding. Against Martinelli. I felt sorry for Martinelli because
He bullied him.
he bullied him. Kanate absolutely bullied him to the point where Martinelli, every time he got the ball and you want him to run, just keep trying. He's like, I can't be asked anymore, man. This
Yeah,
guy's too good today. And he was just passing it inside, you know what I mean? So he was good. I think Virgil was solid as well.
yeah,
Um, I mean Trent as well. I know there's a lot of I was watching something this morning, and a couple fans were talking about Trent's performance and stuff, but I think Trent done well. I think his passing, especially his pinpoint balls into the box. Like if you lot were on it yesterday, you lot could have scored a lot more goals because Trent provided some serious balls into the box.
yeah.
Defensively, I don't think Trent was bad at all. I think
No,
Trent
I think I
Trent
think
was
what
good.
people are more saying is that his passing was terrible in the first half. And to be honest with you, watching it, his passing
Mm,
was terrible in the first half. But
mm, mm.
to be fair, like the manager said in his press conference, like yes, he didn't perform. His passing was poor, but there's one thing about Trent, he'll keep going, and that's what he did.
Yeah,
And he provided that pass for the equaliser, so you can't complain. And another thing, like you said with Party, when I saw the team lineup, I saw Party right, but I'm not going to lie, I was going to say, yeah, that's the guy to go at, because you've seen
yeah,
Party play right back before, and he hasn't performed. And then you can't really knock him either, because it's not his natural position. So you can't
mm,
even have a go at him if he gets beaten by his players. But I would say he's probably Arsenal's man of the match, because he kept Diaz quiet, and
yeah,
to an extent, he kept Gakpo quiet when he come on as well. So you got to take your hats off to him. But like we both said, thing is he playing for a contract? Because all of a sudden this man's playing 90 minutes week in week out. There's no injuries for Party. You get what I mean? So,
Listen,
but
I've never seen Partey play so many games like consistently.
yeah,
You
that's what I'm
know,
saying.
and Marino's. You know what? It's good. Maybe Marino coming in has probably made him think. You know what? If I don't play well, once we got our full strength team, I might not be starting. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Once Odegaard's back, we know Rice and Odegaard are gonna start in the midfield.
Mm.
So that spot is up for grabs. So maybe and Marino, I think, played well yesterday, but
I would say it was Rice's best performance as well of the season. I
yeah.
would say, because like I said, but the thing is, I've been saying, I ain't been taking this no disrespect to anyone. Like I said, majority of the England players who come back this summer
Mm,
for the start of the season, none of them have really played well. Probably apart from Palmer, you can't put your point out and say, oh, this person played well. Watkins has played a couple of decent games, but majority of them have started really slow and look
Yeah,
sluggish. Look off it.
yeah.
So
Is there another international in November? Is there?
yeah, there's another
There's
one,
another
bro.
one.
There's two more. What, two more games left. So there's 2 more weekends left, and then we've got another break, innit?
Oh my god, man! They need to pull out our guys, man. Like same thing again. I don't want to pull them out because it's
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous. These international breaks, and obviously going into next week. Who have you guys got next? You got
we got Brighton twice, innit? We got them on Wednesday in the cup away, and
yeah,
then we got them 3 o'clock on Saturday, so at home. So
home.
that's a good thing. That the thing. What I like, what I'm sort of okay about is like whenever we seem to have a slip up, slot, it sort of like wakes him up
Mm,
to the Premier League. Like he's like, oh, okay, you do. It's like this, is it? Okay, I'll be prepared for it next time. So like, obviously
mm,
the Nottingham Forest game was after the international break, so he played like all the South American players, and
mm.
he slipped up. Where this time round, this international break, he rested all the South American players. So he sort of learns from his experiences. So obviously, like I said, first half, you lot are all over us. Probably deserved to be maybe 2 goals up in that half. Second
Yeah,
half, he mixed it up and we came out looking better. So you can't really complain. Like I said, I'd take a point from the Emirates all day at the end of the day, regardless of your form or players
mm.
out. It's always a tough place to go.
Yeah, definitely, man. I just want. Hopefully, Gabriel. I mean, I ain't had no news on Gabriel just yet.
Yeah.
Timber, understand, was just a bit of cramp, which is
Yeah, it
understandable.
looked like cramp to be honest with you, bro. Because I sort of like on the extended highlights, so like circled him, and before that, so I know a lot of people be saying about Martinelli, like people having a go at Martinelli, but if you watch the game, like some of the highlights I saw, he was
Mm,
doubling up on Salah. I know people saying, Timber pocketed Salah, but it wasn't. He
mm.
doubled up. If you look at it, majority of the time when Salah got the ball, Martinelli was always around.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
in the second half, when Salah started getting more space, it's because Martinelli was more forward. He wasn't really helping Timber, and that's when Salah started getting more joy out of Timber.
That's
Obviously, he's
Timber. Yeah.
tiring at the same time, but Martinelli wasn't as far back helping it out, doubling up on him. So you've got to give it to Martinelli. Like I know he's not performing at his maximum with his goals and stuff like that,
Mm,
but his work rate for the team is like Soberside for us. People say, "No, Soberside's this and Soberside's that," but the legs he gives us in midfield, that job he does. All
mm.
right, I know working hard is like that's the thing everyone's got to do, but the job he does in midfield, like starting the press and closing people down, we didn't
Mm.
have those legs with Jones in the midfield. Don't get me wrong, Jones probably different skill set, but this season, Soberside started majority of the games, and we won the majority of the games because of his legs.
Yeah. And that's what you need, man. That's what, especially in this league, man. It's coming up against tricky wingers, especially. You need like you need your wingers to come back and double up and help your fullback sometimes. Because
Yeah,
same thing, kind of Diaz at the beginning of the game when Saka obviously scored and he was getting so much joy in that right. Diaz was coming back and helping out
yeah,
Robbo as well. So sometimes you need that. Sometimes, but people don't see that because people want to see what they do going forward.
yeah,
They want the goals, they want the assists. They don't.
yeah.
A lot of people don't recognize what they actually do coming back and defending as well. So yeah, I have to rate that, man. But so listen, man. Next game, obviously midweek, we got Preston away.
Yeah.
Hopefully that should be should be able to rest quite a lot of players in that game. Hopefully Gabriel is, like I said, not too serious. Kivior hopefully probably come in that game, and I reckon Ben White will probably play in that game again, maybe come centre back as well, unless he brings Saliba back in straight away. But yeah, hopefully Waneri, Skelly, Nichols, we can see a couple of the young guys come in against
Yeah, same with
Brentford.
us. I'm hoping the same. I know we got Brighton, but I'm
Mm,
hoping like Trent gets a break, Virgil Ibu gets a break because Gomez and Kwanzaa can come in Castle will start at left back, so that's a good rest for him. Midfield wise, maybe Endo come in, possibly Morton. Hopefully Salah gets a rest. Equaliser's meant to have trained over the weekend, so maybe Salah can get a rest. But Salah, man loves to play football and get his records and stuff, man. So knowing him, he might play like 45 minutes or something, and then Equaliser comes on. So yeah, like I know. Obviously, you want to try and win everything you go in for, but we're hopefully challenging for the league. So this cup, we can sort of like give it a break, innit? Like just give Brighton, go get some extra data on Brighton before the weekend.
Yeah, 100%. Personally, me, I think we just need to be going for everything. I don't like last season. We kind of, trickled to the side and kind of let certain trophies go. But I think this season we just got to go all out. I know we're going to be tired and we got the injuries are coming thick and fast, but we just got to go for it, man. This is it. It's the make or break season for Arteta, I think, really. Be all and end all. Obviously, we know Ten Hag's just gone today as well, which is bad news.
Exactly.
For us, we wanted him to stay at least for another season, but yeah, here we go, man. But yo, Scans, anything else you want to add before we go?
Just a quick thing. What do you think, like for Saturday with Newcastle? Because obviously, our guy Specs is going to be. He's kind of down in the dumps. He's given up already. He said the season's done. No top 4, away from home. What are you thinking?
Well, I spoke to Specs yesterday about that, and he's like, forget it, game's done, you've won. But St. James's Park, boy, you just don't know what you're going to get when you go St. James's. You don't know. Newcastle, one of them teams, they could be on poor form and then they could just turn up when they're at home, that crowd and everything. So, I got to see midweek how we bounce back. Not that we lost against Liverpool, but how we really bounce back. And if certain players are coming back, Gabriel, hopefully he's not too thing. I think if we got the squad, if the defense is back, I think we'll go St. James and we'll win it, man.
I think the good thing for you is they got a midweek game as well, and they got Chelsea again in the cup.
So
exactly. That's a good thing. They've got no weeks rest to be prepared and ready for you. So yeah, I think you'll go there and win. I know it's a 12:30 start and that, but like you said, they're off form. But then, like you said, it's just never know, man. It's like you can't predict. It's hard to predict this league, man. Like anyone can beat anyone because, like I said, I don't mind losing to Brighton on Wednesday as long as we get the 3 points on Saturday. You get what I mean? For me, that's the most important thing. You get what I mean?
Yeah, that's the main thing. All right, Scants, man. Well, thanks, man. I'm sure we'll be back in a week sometime. Anyway, everyone, go hit up Scants TV, like, share, subscribe, and listen, man. I would say good luck, but listen, I want my team to start winning, and because you and City, you seem to be building a little gap at the top, man. This can't be happening. So hopefully Brighton, Welbeck. I'll be cheering for Welbeck on
you got the early kickoff, man. So yeah, I'll be cheering on Isaac on Saturday. Give me something.
Cool, bro.
Easy, man.
We'll catch up, man. Safe.
Definitely. Safe.
All right.
Yeah.